Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexis Carrillo here, back with some more wrestling talk content on the Alexis Carrillo brand YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any wrestling talk content in the future. And like tradition, it is always that time of the year. Every single year we get that Money in the Bank pay-per-view, now with two separate Money in the Bank ladder matches, one for the women, one for the men, and now it's time to predict and preview the men's ladder match. But honestly, looking at the field, looking at the 8 superstars involved, 4 from Raw, 4 from SmackDown. From Raw, we obviously got Bobby Roode, we've got Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and Braun Strowman. And from SmackDown Live, we've got The Miz, we've got Rusev, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe, and a member of the New Day, which I think will be announced at the pay-per-view, which I think will be a surprise. So it's a big cast of great superstars, all of them with tons of potential to win this match. But just like I did with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, I'm going to break this one down in terms of possibilities. And one of the superstars that I think has no chance, or two of the superstars that I think have no chance of walking out Mr. Money in the Bank, one from each side of each brand. On the Raw side, we've got Bobby Roode. The Glorious One is a great wrestler, a great performer, but hasn't quite found his stride as a babyface. I find it jarring sometimes to see him smiling that much, especially since I was a big fan of him in 2012 when he was the It Factor in TNA Wrestling. And I want that Bobby Roode back, and I think he has the potential to be that damn good, even better in WWE. You just have to turn him heel, so I don't think he's going to win the briefcase. And then we've got any member of the New Day. I do not think they're going to put the Money in the Bank briefcase on any of these guys, whichever one participates. If it were me, I would pick Big E, but I don't think even him walks out Mr. Money in the Bank, and simply because there's such a group that even putting that briefcase in their hands, that would not divide him, that would only make him stronger. And I'm not a fan of possibly in the future having a Freebird rule WWE champion where we have all three, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E, be champions at the same time. Not a fan of that, so obviously any member of the New Day that participates, it's out for me. Then we've got Rusev. Very, very beloved Rusev and his Rusev Day. Do I think WWE is going to listen to the fans and take a chance on Rusev with the Money in the Bank briefcase? I think not. I honestly think that every time Rusev wins a few matches, it's just so that they could set him up to be in a high profile match, so that when he loses, whoever goes over gets a bigger moment, gets a higher rub. So honestly, I don't think Rusev walks out Mr. Money in the Bank. Then we've got Finn Balor, who in terms of building him up to be a world champion, I think he's the one who needs the briefcase the most in order for me to buy him as a world champion, especially against someone like Brock Lesnar. I don't think Finn Balor is kind of the superstar weight class that you want to build up to face off against someone like Brock Lesnar, so he might need it the most. Then we've got wild cards like Kevin Owens, like Samoa Joe. Those kinds of superstars that could win the briefcase, could benefit from winning the briefcase, might not win the briefcase, but could win the briefcase. And honestly, I would have no problem with either of them winning and becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. Get these hands, Mr. Braun Strowman. Do I think he walks out Mr. Money in the Bank? And the answer is No, I don't think the monster needs a briefcase. I don't think he needs that shortcut. And Braun Strowman, even without that shortcut to the world title, you can position him in the main event, no problem, and put the world title, no problem. That's it. So honestly, I think the winner of this match, I think who's going to walk out of this match is The Miz. I think The Miz has a great chance of walking out Mr. Money in the Bank. And, you know, I could just see it right now. Every week on SmackDown Live, we get an episode of Miz TV or a promo with The Miz, and he's just gloating about him being Mr. Money in the Bank, and now he's going to cash in and become WWE Champion once again. And once he does, him gloating that he is the most must-see WWE Champion once again. Just gold in promos. The Miz is must-see. So right now, I have to go with The Miz walking out with the briefcase, and, well, looking back on it, yes, kind of confusing that I put both The Miz and Becky Lynch, both from SmackDown Live, winning the briefcases, but hey, those are my predictions. I sometimes go crazy, that's me. Who do you think walks out with the Mr. Money in the Bank briefcase this Sunday in Chicago? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's it for me. Till next time.